Something was on my heart and something was on my mind, and I wanted to make this video real quick and to help you guys understand that anything that has ever happened in your life, just know that there's always forgiveness. No matter what evil that you did, no matter what bad deed that you did, no matter how many times you procrastinated, no matter how many times you were a bad example, or that you just projected your anger, or that you fell into a deep depression and allowed your emotions to get the best of you, and also just repeated your karmic cycles over and over and over to the point where you had to awaken to break the chains, to break the generational curse, and to see that you are the creator of the universe. And if you had to see that, if you had to go through all of those different relationships, escaping the family dynamics, also escaping how society conforms us and makes us become what we don't want to be and what we don't want to see within ourselves. So half the time we are going about life in such a way that is not within our own design or of our own choosing, and most of the time human beings are just standing in the way of who we really are because of their control, their manipulation, and their placement of fear, and also the ability to use hypnotic programming as a way of clouding your judgment, as a way of forcing you not to connect into who you really want to be. They don't want you to feel, they don't want you to love, they don't want you to dream, they don't want you doing better than them. And this goes through many different demographics and many different configurations of energy. But this was on my heart and on my mind because there's been so many times in my life where I have always felt a sense of angst, a sense of anger, despair, a void that needed to be filled. And just know that you are the void and you can fill it whenever you want because you are the fountain of youth. And just because you were a specific person in your past life does not mean that that carries over. And people can make judgments, people can make comments on your videos, people can call you a fraud. I've had dear friends call me a fraud, a liar, and this and that. I've had family members totally call me a dirtbag and all sorts of stuff, say that I'm exactly like my dad, which is funny because they wouldn't know what was around them if it slapped them in the face, because entities are all around us. And when we break generational curses, we allow ourselves to let go of different energetic bondages from past relationships, from experiences, and also just the condemnation and the judgment that we've felt within our own lives. So forgiveness isn't just forgiving others, but I think forgiveness is the first step of forgiving yourself. Think about that for a second. Forgive yourself and the rest is forgiven. And it is not cosmological law to discard your free will. It's not loving. And what I really noticed is that everybody was just a hindrance in my way. Everyone. Not everybody, but most people. Most of the friends that you have, it's funny because I can think of all of the connections that you had and people that you think that they're your friend, and they're really not. They're just using you as a doormat of not reaching their own integrity or having any judgment. So when you really awaken and you really come into this understanding, you will see how the dials turn and shift. And then you'll see that you're actually living more of a blessed life than anybody that you once knew. And this doesn't mean, in this life, past lifetimes, different angelic realms even. I even had a past lifetime. I remember I had a friend call me an angel, and I thought it was a good thing, and it wasn't. Because he was talking about my past lifetime as a dark angel. So sometimes we have to look at all the things that are reality. All the things. And we just have to see that we are saved. I was asked this question and I don't think I could answer it, but I do think that I was saved from a lot of evil. I was delivered. I was given what I asked for. And just because it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to be, but I know, and I've even said this before, that I was delivered from a lot of craziness, trauma, despair. And you'll see that you have made a full circle change and everybody else is still suffering their own ridiculous existence. And then that's when you know that you're saved, that you're forgiven, and that you're loved. And I'm not talking about the Christian version of saved, just knowing that you're safe. You have to know it within your heart. And it's a question that we have to ask ourselves.